Hey guys, welcome back to Proud Masculine. I'm Joe Sherwood, and today's video is going to be She Pulled Away. So, I've gotten a few viewer requests and some emails and private messages about how to deal with a woman that you're initially dating. It's a new girl, everything's good, and she pulls away. And so, before I start the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you need help with your particular situation, if it's this, no contact, just dating, pickup, and relationships in general, you can book a private consultation with me at proudmasculine.com on my website, and I'll post the link below. So let's get started. So you meet this woman, and it's new, it's fresh, emotions are high, you get that dopamine surge of being together, it feels good. She's pursuing you. She texts you in the morning. She texts you throughout the day. How's your day going? Texts you at night. You're always seeing each other. The sex is phenomenal. And sometimes it's all of a sudden. Sometimes it's a little more subtle. But I can speak from experience that most guys don't realize the subtleties. We don't pick up the subtleties that the attraction is dropping, little by little by little. And so what happens is these high frequency signs of interests, in the form of text or phone calls, begin to drop. Texts become less frequent, the responses take longer, they're shorter, a little colder, and so naturally, like 95% of men do, that's her pulling back. And what 95% of men do is exactly what seems like the thing to do, the right thing to do, and that's chase. They begin to pursue. So they start texting wanting more attention, thinking, and this is just a man's brain, is we go into action mode. I have to fix this. I have to do something. The illusion of action. And see, here's what men fail to understand. A large majority of men. Either you've learned intersexual dynamics and woman's nature, or you're natural. And that typically stems from growing up in a healthy environment with a masculine father, a feminine mother who plays a strong feminine role in the marriage, and you get to see the two and how the true dynamic of masculine and feminine polarity work, the roles, the duties, and that's just, let's face it, in today's society, that's not the case as much. So, and here's the truth, here's the facts, that every woman pulls away. Every woman pulls back in the beginning of a relationship. Or it could just be, and I say in the beginning of a relationship, let's just go with that, beginning of a relationship. So, because you never want to make the mistake of, in the beginning stages and the high attraction phase, that you want to start bringing up relationship, commitment, and all this crap. We're not even going to get into all that in this video. This is strictly about what to do when she pulls back. So you've noticed the good morning texts have all but stopped. So under the illusion of action, you start texting good morning. And maybe an hour or two before you get some cold ass morning, one word answer, morning. Then now, here's where the panic really sets in. Like, she's getting away, she's losing interest. What's going on? And then, as men, we become uber analytical, trying to break down every little bitty thing we did in the past few weeks or past couple days, trying to fix it. Well, I got to show more interest. I have to chase more. I have to, and we'll start countering that with throwing more attention and chasing. Hey, what's wrong? Hey, uh, starting to grill her more. And what's happening is, and this is not something foreign. This is something all women do in the beginning of relationships. And would it, in the simplest terms, she's lost attraction. Attraction has faded. And it could be you've made yourself too available, things are moving too fast, you have shown some kind of weakness. There's no telling. And there's really no point in analyzing what it is that could have caused that, because it could be external factors in her life. Now, with that being said, I do believe in when somebody wants to see you and wants to be with you, they'll always make a way to do that. But here's the exception that goes along with that is if you couple the idea, and then from a woman's point of view, the feeling of being in a new relationship, coupled with external stressors, whether it be some family, job, anything. It could be she could be PMSing. It could be a part of her cycle that she's in that changes her mood. It's there's really no point in trying to get down, to exactly what it was that you did, that you showed up. You could have showed up, you could have came across needy inadvertently, or you absolutely could have been being needy, too available. And what happens is, in the beginning, there's that mystery. What is this guy all about? He's super sexy. He's interesting. The sex is phenomenal. She wonders about you. And then in the beginning, you're not as available. You're not around each other as much. And in that space that you're away is when she has time to think, wonder, and let that attraction build. But she wants to write that romance novel in her head. That's something she wants to do. She wants to let that unfold. And what happens is, most oftentimes, is the chemistry's great. You hit it off so well, and we fail to realize the consequences of over availability, being around each other too much. And as a guy, you're happy as a pig in shit. You get to see this girl, she showers you with attention, so you get that validation. You get the physical, the emotional connection, and you want more. But as a guy, you also have the responsibility of pacing. It's your job to slow things down. It's your job to keep shit in perspective. And, we often we'll go with the flow. And the natural consequence is she begins to lose interest, or at least start doubting. But it all boils down to attraction. Because when a woman is head over heels for you, when a woman is highly attracted by it, and using the 1 to 10 attraction scale, when she's high up on that scale, 7, 8, 9, she's not thinking about not having you there. That's not an option for her. She wants you in her space. She wants your attention constantly. And and back to the reasons, it's irrelevant, really. The point is, she's pulling back, and a large majority of the men are going to chase. So here's what you do. It's just called mirroring. It's really simple. It's mirroring. And you'll start hearing all kind of shit from her. Oh, well, I got a lot going on right now. I don't know if, I'm not sure this is a time in my life where I can be committed to someone. You'll start getting all kind of horse shit. But I mean, in a woman's defense, it may actually make sense in her mind at that moment. She may not even realize I'm just, some of the attraction has dwindled and I'm not as interested. But the last thing you want to do is go chasing after it, asking questions, looking more needy. You chase something, the implications is they have to run. And I know when I'm being chased, I run. And that's just a primal instinct, is to run when you're being chased, especially when the sentiment from her perspective is, I need space. And that's basically what she's saying by this is, I just don't want to be around you right now. I just want space. And all you do is mirror that. And she begins to pull back, you pull back, you remove your attention and allow that attraction to rebuild through space, because attraction happens, attraction forms in space. So you have the interactions, the things go well. Yes, it's attractive to have positive experiences together and, great chemistry, phenomenal sex, and memories, all these positive memories. But in the moment, it's really no effect. It's just her having a good feeling in that moment. What cultivates that is the space. That's where she's left to sit with that alone and appreciate it and start to wonder more about it. So the space is where that attraction is going to grow, not when you're all in her face, especially not when she's asked for space. Whether she's directly said, I need space, or it's typically going to be an indirect form of that. Like, I have to figure things out. I have a lot going on. I'm focused on this. She's basically telling you is, no, not right now. That's just, you're not a priority to me right now. So give her that. You grant her that space. That's all you do. It's that simple. Now don't give her the space and then walk away obsessing. That shows a scarcity mindset, and it automatically puts you in a position of lower value. Same goes for if you try to chase. And then naturally, anything we reject, we obsess. Anything that rejects us, we obsess about. Rejection breeds obsession. When we want something and it's not available, we want it that much more. Hell, I've been in positions where I was pursued by the woman heavily, super high attraction. She was super submissive, feminine, complimentary, showered me with attention and validation, and that was the pullback. And that triggers something to me like, well, wait a minute. I had and it's a little bit of an ego trip, but, I completely had this woman head over heels for me. Now it's like she's avoiding texts, not answering. And so what you want to do is just pull back, you mirror. She gets cold, you get cold. Give her that space. Allow her the time to miss you. Give her the gift of your absence. If she's got to go out there and explore a little bit, and this is your call personally. If she's like, if somebody else has caught her eye and she thinks she has a better option than you, dare her to go find something better. I mean, and if you're down for getting back after, that's a personal decision, a preference. And so what happens is, in the moment, in that span of time that she's pulling back and her attraction has dropped and she's viewed you as less valuable, obviously there's not a lot of positive or upside for her, which usually equals feelings, emotions for women. She's not emotionally compelled at the moment in this span of time to deem you a priority in her life. So grant her the space. You pull back. You go take care of your shit. You should have an abundant life, and I firmly believe you should always have your options open with women. You should always be, if you don't have options on the table, which a lot of guys do too quickly, is, they find somebody they like within a week, they cut everybody off, and, all of a sudden they're a one-man type of woman, one-woman type of man, and all the other options are gone. But I mean, not just with women. You should have things you're working on. You should have a purpose you're pursuing. You should be working on your body. You should be working on your finances. You should be learning. You should be adding value, building value to yourself. Because what you never want to do is build your value based upon a woman or a woman's point of view. A woman should be a complement to your life, not the center, not the reason you're doing what you're doing. You're doing what you're doing because you want to be a high value man and you're a badass and you want to cultivate that and grow and level up constantly. And that's part of being a man. That's your responsibility to make sure that happens. That's not her responsibility. And that way, if a woman does decide to come along, then if she's a pleasant person to be around, is your type, attractive, whatever it is, whatever, ticks in the boxes that, your criteria, she meets that, then you invite her in. And if she deems herself better than, or not even that, just not interested, then okay, you wish her well and you move on, because you have plenty of options. You have plenty of other shit you're doing to build yourself and other things in life to focus on than worrying about if one person wants to be a part of your life or not. But what pulling back and mirroring her behavior and her actions do is allows her that time for the negative things to go away. Because I can bet your ass, if there was a connection there, if there was some sort of emotional connection, and you've done enough things right, which typically, if you've done enough things right, there is going to be, having given her the good feelings and the tingles and all this good stuff, there's going to be a span of time, whether it be, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, that held that together. And at the point you walked away, it just so happens to be that the negative outweighs the positive for the moment. And that's another thing, gentlemen. Women live for the moment, how they feel in that moment. And they'll say shit, and that's exactly how they feel in that moment. God, you're so sexy, I'm so in love with you, in this moment. And it can also say, this ain't working, let's move on, or, whatever bullshit you get in the moment. So you allow the time for the negative to dissipate. It's a phenomenon known as the fading affect bias, which is, the name for describing, or the description is that as time passes, the negative subsides, the positive rises to the top. I'm not going to get into the whole psychological thing about why it is like that. So, but you need to allow for that time, because if you were fucking up, you need to back off and reset, and you need to go look at your shit and ask yourself these questions. Was I too available? Was I too needy? Was too accommodating? And if you were, you got to see why and fix that shit, because that'll never take you anywhere with any woman, any respectable woman. You'll always wind up being a workhorse for her, or you're just going to be some doormat for her that she uses you, and it's going to be a miserable existence. So she pulls back, you pull back, give her the gift of time and space, remove your attention. The best way to get someone's attention is to remove yours. Scarcity creates value. I know there's a lot of little catchphrases and all, but it's true. It's truth. Scarcity creates value. All that good emotion, attention, all these good things that you did, all these positives, as time passes, she's going to realize, she's going to start to see that she misses that. And she's going to be able to appreciate and value that now that it's no longer there. And this doesn't go just for women, it's for men too, that we take that shit for granted when it's so available to us, and you really don't have to work for it, and it's available. It's not appreciated or respected as much as if we had to earn it. Then it's valuable. It's more valuable to us, and we know what it has meaning, and we appreciate it more, and we'll put more effort into keeping it that way. But so yeah, she pulls back. First of all, keep in mind, all women pull back. It could be a test. She could be testing to see if you're congruent with this badass, aloof, guy who knows her so well, who just gets her. And she could be in that critical transition period of, I really like this guy, to, I'm starting to like this guy so much I could see myself being with him. And it may be that test, a congruency test for her to see, how's this guy going to react if I just back away, if I pull back? What is he going to do? Is he going to freak out? Is he going to come chasing? Is he going to be needy? And they'll do this shit. It's not a woman playing games. It's a woman being a woman. Or is he going to be, okay, well, go do your thing. I'm going to go do my thing. And when you're ready, we'll pick it up. That's all you do. And you move on. You walk away as if she's gone, as if she's out of your life. You've done what you can. You've put the time and attention and effort in. You let her know, whether it be verbally or just by your actions, that she was a priority to you, and that you liked her, you liked being in her presence, y'all had a good thing. You let her know that's how you wanted it. She unilaterally decided to change those terms and pull away from it. Now, she's got to be the one to make it happen. She's got to be the one to put the effort in, make you a priority, and get your attention back. And that's okay. That is not playing games either. That's you. That's having self-respect. That's having self-love. And honestly, it puts you in a position of higher value, which is where you want to be. And give it time. Be patient. I know it's easier said than done. Don't obsess. Don't obsess about it and wait for that call and check your phone every minute or two. Go work out. Go hang out with your friends. Go put your time and energy into something, a little side project, something you consider as chasing your passion and purpose. Put your time and energy into that. And the other things will come just how they're supposed to. In my experiences, more often than not, this pullback occurs when it's new, it's fiery, it's passionate. Also, you've taken more time and attention away from the things that you'd normally do and put them on her. Women sense that shit. Women can sniff out neediness and weakness like dogs can sense fear. And they'll know that. So they need to test that. A woman needs to know how you're going to respond to adversity. Are you going to remain strong and centered and confident in your value and allow her that with the attitude of, okay, you go. I'm good either way. Because that's what they want to see. But I guarantee you, you go chasing after her, you will lose her. She will get further and further away to where you end up blocked. And honestly, when a woman says she wants space, however it's direct or indirect, you give her that. If you try to take that away, then you start making her feel trapped and suffocated. Then she can't trust you. Because now you've kind of given her a small demonstration of how you handle shit. Desperate and needy. And you've obviously displayed that you have nothing else going on in your life but her. And that is disgusting to a woman. That is a complete turnoff. You will never gain a woman back by pursuing her and chasing her like that. Never. Now, when you're together, yes, you give attention. You still don't chase. And then at some point, it should flip to where she's pursuing you more anyway. And it will naturally if you're doing it right. And one of the first things you're going to have to do right, in the beginning it's a little easier, when you hit this point where she does pull back, because she will, it's inevitable at some point, she will pull back on you. And how you handle this is going to show her, this is, so it can go two ways. You're going to give her a small example that you're needy and you have no other options in life and you got nothing going on, or you're confident, you have an abundance of great things going on in life, and she is welcome to be a part of it or not. That's sexy. That's attractive. That is what will bring her back. That will make you a priority again. Absolutely will, I guarantee it. So if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And remember, if you need help, with your particular situation, whether it's just general dating, approach, pickup, in the middle of a relationship, there's something happening in your particular situation, because everything's different. Obviously these videos are generalizations. You can schedule me for one-on-one coaching at my website. So that's it for this video. See y'all on the next one.